Hey, what's up, everyone? Appreciate you guys taking the time to listen, to watch us. I'm AJ Rumsa. I got my good friend Oni Guillen with me. Podcast number 3, The Insider. We're going to take a second. We took last week off. We decided not to talk about sports. We didn't want to talk about anything. The tragic shooting in Florida. Both Oni and I have ties in Florida.
Yeah, I mean, me being in Miami for a long time, going to high school there, and all the friends that I have, we just didn't feel it was appropriate, and all AJ's ties that he has in Orlando. So it's a tough time the country's going through, and our prayers are with everybody.
Yeah, our prayers are to you guys, and just stay strong, stuff like that. It's you can't control it. It's something that it just happens, and our hearts are with you guys. So we'll talk more about it, but I mean the podcast. Let's get into it. We took a week off.
The show's got to keep. The show moves on.
Come on, we got the NBA All-Star.
Man, it was exciting.
We got Mark Cuban. People might say $600,000 isn't a lot to him. I don't care what you say.
To you, it's a lot.
Yeah, to
me
I think
too. To every normal
I think to the whole world, $600,000 is a lot of money.
Yeah.
We'll talk a little bit about that. Is there anything you kind of wanted to jump on? Any soccer stuff?
No, I want everything. Everything that's going on in the NBA right now is so.
It's hot.
Exciting.
It's hot.
It's so exciting. Everything that's going on with LeBron and the All-Star game, the playoff second half's coming up, so I'm just excited about it.
It should just be like an NBA podcast number 3.
Yeah, well,
we'll throw a little other stuff in there, but
spring training starts today too.
There we go.
For all the baseball people out there.
Come on, bro, you give it to us all. Let's jump into the All-Star. We won't jump in like LeBron said. Hey, we're gonna change the way the playoffs are formatted. Let's take it down a notch.
I would have really I love the whole picking the teams thing. I think they're going to televise it next year.
That.
And that would be really exciting to see these guys like, oh, I'm going to take this guy because of this, and I'm going to do that.
Well, it's grown men acting like they're like 12 years old, but you love it.
Of course.
You love it, and some of the guys are going to get mad like, oh, I got picked 4th. I should have got picked 2nd. Right?
And it was really competitive. I mean, towards the end,
I loved it.
Those guys are playing defense.
I thought this All-Star game was so much better than the previous years, and first of all,
I agree.
The thing that I loved was they donated the money to charity. I get it. I mean, these guys work hard. You have millions of dollars for an All-Star game. You're having fun. It's an awesome weekend, and now you have a chance to win a game to donate to a charity. I think that it ups it. It makes it, the competition.
Does.
It makes it there.
And the fact that even the guys were super excited about the fact that it was being hosted in L.A. They said L.A. is like the perfect city. I don't know, because I'm a Laker fan. I don't know if LeBron's going to go there, but I'm sure those wheels were turning. They said it was amazing. All the parties were great. The weather was nice, which I know they love that. So it was really exciting to see, and it was entertaining. And that's all we wanted, so it worked out.
I mean, me and you, we always talk about competition. We don't really care who wins. I mean, we're fans. We love seeing guys competing. I mean, that's what it is. We've always competed our entire lives. Yeah. And everything we do, we like competing.
Right now.
Exactly. Come on. Everything we do, we compete.
I think it's just those guys are going to push each other. And, with everything that was going on in the All-Star game, LeBron had those comments about, him being in the forefront of what's going on. Yeah. And that lady coming out on Fox saying, shut up and dribble. The fact that was going on all at the same time, it's like a movie.
Literally.
This guy, like we've talked about in different podcasts, has been in the forefront of everything. He's not shy of those tough questions. And the fact that there's still people, this guy's a billionaire.
Yeah.
And the fact that there's still people out there that look at him in that way, it's sad.
It's disturbing. I think, and I'm going to talk a little bit about it, but I think that for her to say shut up and dribble the ball, I mean, if you know what he's accomplished, and we talked about in podcast number 1, it goes so much more beyond than just dribbling a basketball or shooting a basketball. It's about putting kids in college, showing awareness, speaking up for things that you should speak up about. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't do it because they're like, oh, I don't want to hurt my shoe sales. I don't want people to start looking at me differently. When you have a type of player, and not even a type of basketball player, but a type of person that LeBron James is, that has that much power, that has constantly people, I want to know his every move, that says, hey, I don't care. I'm gonna speak my mind. I'm gonna tell you when I feel like something's not right.
I might dare to say this.
Uh-oh.
And he might, in my mind, he passed Michael with that stuff because Michael never talked about any of that stuff. Still never does.
Yeah.
And that's his prerogative. Yeah. That's fine. He's gonna get up there to Muhammad Ali status. He won't get to Muhammad Ali because Ali was so crazy in the war and everything he did. But he's there, and LeBron James now transcends sports.
Yeah.
That's what he does. Like, I don't know what's going to happen after his career and everything, but he's a huge following. They love to see what he does, what he doesn't do, what he says.
Yeah.
And the fact that there's still people out there in this country that look at him as just a basketball player.
It's crazy.
It's still, we got a long way to go.
Long way to go. We're gonna jump topics a little bit. I spent a little bit of money last night. I went to dinner, spent like $100. Mark Cuban
Just $100?
I think I was like with tip, everything included. It was a lot of money. 600,000. 600,000. Any way you look at it, it's a lot of money. Mark Cuban, the NBA fined him for his comments. What do you think? I love Mark Cuban. I love him as an owner. I love a huge fan.
Yeah, Shark Tank.
Shark Tank, exactly. I mean, Mark
show.
Cuban. We're big fans of yours. But what I'm saying to you is, what do you think of those comments? I mean, that's something that could possibly hurt the NBA. It hurts the way fans look at the NBA. I mean, there's not a lot of good stuff that comes from it.
Well, as fans that me and you are, when your team is not great.
Of course.
But I don't want to hear, my owner coming out and saying like, oh, we're going to tank, and tanking's the best solution at all. Because if I'm paying, $35, $40, $50, I want my team to have a chance to win. And I'm a Laker fan, and we're struggling.
Yeah.
And I still have hope for, for my team to do well. And my position is, I don't, as a fan, you don't want to hear that. And I'm sure as a commissioner, you don't want to hear that, because the NBA is at an all-time, close to an all-time high. Oh, it's almost Magic
It's
Bird,
surpassed. Yeah,
Michael.
it's surpassing. Yeah.
It's right there with what's going on. It could be, it's pushing on the heels of other sports, like the NFL, with all their problems that they're having.
Definitely
and
agree.
you don't want to hear that. And I'm sure Adam Silver gave Mark Cuban a call and said, what are you doing?
And I think that you knew it was going to be trouble, because he even said, hey, I don't think Adam Silver is going to really like this comment. So going into it, that you're going to upset some people,
Right.
because, hey, I'm going to put it out there. Adam Silver's probably not going to like this comment. But here it is anyways.
It's something that, and we appreciate. What do we like Mark Cuban? Because he's outspoken. He speaks his mind.
He's not hiding. He's not an owner who's just hiding behind
Right.
all the players. No one knows who he is. He's out there.
He's approachable.
Exactly.
He's on Entourage movies. and
That's
shows.
we like him for all the wrong reasons.
So, I mean, the fact that he said, I'm sure he regrets it.
Yeah.
But we like him because he's candid. So I know what that's like to be candid, be around a family member who's candid. So I'm sure he regrets it now, but in the moment, that's how he feels.
Yeah.
It's just unfortunate, because I know there's probably Mavericks fans that are like, oh, this sucks.
And see, for me, like you said, I mean, we've been on bad teams. You still fight as a player. You still, every single game, you come with a chance to
harder.
win. Oh, I mean, that's what I'm saying.
When you show up and you're going to lose, oh my God, that's when it's gut check time.
But see, even like that though, I mean, it is a bad statement. But now, there's nothing that really good comes from it, because now are the guys playing as hard as they can? Are they doing the things that they have to do when they get on the court the night before, or are they going out because, hey, we're gonna lose? You know what I mean? I just think it's a loser's mentality. I don't like it. I think it's something like you just got to fight through it. You know what I mean? Just like in life, you got to go through the bad. It's not just, oh, you know what? Things aren't going my way. I'm just going to cancel. I'm just going to not show up. Yeah, exactly.
You can easily check out, especially when you see that paycheck. You're like, I'm already getting paid. I know what this is like. But that's what separates certain individuals from other guys. That's what that's when they call certain athletes, that guy's a pro. Or he goes through about his business the right way. That no matter what, he's going to show up, give you everything he's got at that particular time. But you wish everyone was like that, but it's just not true.
It's not. Yeah.
You're in last
Everybody's
place. You're
different.
You're the Phoenix Suns, and we're gonna be terrible. Just go through the motion.
Dude, yeah. See, for me, it's tough for me to do that, just because I've always, every time I've stepped on the court, whether we were playing the
Pick
best,
up or,
right?
yeah.
It doesn't matter. I'm like, I have a chance to win. You're playing against 5 NBA players. I don't care. I'm gonna find. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a
different mentality.
It's a personal thing. I think those guys are getting paid to play basketball, or football, or baseball, or anything like that. It's like, wow, like you've made it.
Yeah.
And some guys are gonna run with it, and some guys are just gonna kick back.
You don't realize
go through
it.
the motions, and then it's
like
over, and they miss it.
And then you're like, now what do I do?
Exactly.
And then that's the hardest part of people don't realize, and I know we're kind of getting off topic of it, but it's something that's so important. For me, after college, I lose basketball, and I'm 23 years old. I played basketball from the age of 3 all the way up until then.
Check.
It was the hardest thing in my life. It was like, what am I doing? There's no more basketball? I might as well die.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? As a young kid, you're thinking, this is all I know. This is what I've done. I've had a schedule my entire life. now I'm sitting here, and all the people that were there for me, all the people that I thought had my back, all this stuff, it's not there.
Right, because you went you went to school to play basketball.
Yeah.
You didn't go to school to go to class, then basketball. Basketball was like people don't realize it's like a job in college.
It's a full time. You can't.
You're lifting.
The NCAA doesn't let you. You're not allowed a job. That's what I'm saying. It's a full time job. So when you have class,
well, for jobs usually you get paid.
Yeah, that is true. That one you're not getting paid.
So you're working, but you're not getting paid.
The NCAA, we'll talk about that. Come on.
Yeah,
there
I
has
mean,
to be
but
something
it's the lifting, it's the everything, and then you're on top of that. You're supposed to be a student as
well,
well.
If you don't do the student, then guess what? You don't have the scholarship. You can't play the sport that you love. So that's why there's so much stress. Of you have to perform, otherwise you're gonna get your spot taken, or you have to perform in the classroom, otherwise we'll have somebody else take your spot.
Yeah, it's a very it's grueling. And the schedule, and it just doesn't stop.
Yeah,
it does off season, mid season, it doesn't stop.
I mean, I was developed with they said that I have epilepsy my freshman year of college. Honestly, just from not the pressure, but the stress.
You feel it weighing on you. Yeah.
I mean, it's just so much, and you know what I mean. You're constantly putting that on you to do well in school, to do well on the court, to do you know what I mean. Just so much stuff, and have a personal life.
Right. And sometimes people have too much personal life. Be like, hey, it's hard to differentiate.
Can you make sure? I know this is the personal life.
Orlando nights.
Don't forget that you're playing basketball too. Make sure you get to class. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah. College is a great experience, but if the college athlete has a totally different experience than
a
the
regular
person. It's a different world and different levels, and those guys, there's a lot of temptation.
Think about you're 19. You don't have a curfew anymore.
Everybody knows you.
Mom's not there. Hey. Make sure your homework's nobody's there. You don't have to do that.
To be on you.
It's on you. Right. And I want to talk about that in the next podcast, and not in a little bit of the NCAA, but just what it is to be a student athlete.
No,
I don't think people realize how big it is. Oh, I want to earn a scholarship.
Yeah, or you could be like LeBron and be a phenom and skip everything and go right to the NBA. So I'm excited for what's coming up with the NBA playoffs.
Yeah.
Second half.
We talked about him. We talked about Mark Cuban. We talked about Dallas. We talked about LeBron. You told me a quote earlier today before we were getting in the elevator about the 2011 championship versus Dallas. Who said that quote?
Well, Eddie House. He mentioned
Eddie House. No
Eddie
offense,
House.
I guess an NBA player, this and that. But do you feel like he's coming out just to say some stuff just to get his name relevant again?
You know what? I think Eddie House was around the NBA. He wasn't around the NBA. I'd probably say 10 years.
Yeah.
Probably respected. He played minutes.
I like that.
And the fact that he was LeBron's teammate, I mean, I don't think he's going to gain anything from saying LeBron disappeared in the 2011 finals. We all watched.
Yeah.
We all saw. It was a younger LeBron.
I like that.
He had only been to one before. That's the thing.
I totally agree with that.
That killer instinct is just not in him. It's not who he is. We just got to stop. Everyone wants to compare him
to Michael Jordan.
To Michael. He'll never be that because Michael won 6 times. He never lost. Never got a Game 7.
And I feel like you can't even really compare them anymore. I mean, I get that you can compare them in basketball and up there, but I mean, completely different players. One likes pass, one's more laid back, one's more, I'll take your head off. I don't care. You know what I mean?
They always want to compare him to Michael, and I think it's unfair to him.
Yeah.
Because listen, nobody knows a game like the all-time greats. You know, the Barkleys, the Bill Russells, all those guys, the Oscar Robertson, 99.9% of those guys, they don't even Michael. Michael's the best. They play with him. They're on the floor with him. They just know. Will LeBron James go down as statistically the best player to ever play? Absolutely.
He'll have all
the most
stats,
points.
Yep.
He'll have the most rebounds. Most assists, most everything, all MVPs, and he's doing everything because he's going to have longevity. He got there at 18. He's unbelievable. He's a phenom. Will he go down as top 5 without a question?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I think it's unfair to do that because we never saw. We saw Michael lose in the beginning of his career with nobody around. Do I think this? I think, does LeBron James make the average Joe's? LeBron James can go with relatively anybody to the NBA Finals. He did it in 07.
We've seen him. Come on.
Did it in Cleveland. Could do it this year with a supporting cast. Michael wasn't exactly the guy that made people better.
Right.
Kind of like Kobe.
Yeah. He made him better by being like, listen, you better hit this shot.
Exactly.
Hey,
John Paxson.
I'm going to give you this chance. You hit this shot, otherwise.
Right. He got better players around him, and then that took him to the next level. But I think Michael Jordan is like an aura myth. Like, you'll never top this.
You can't. Right.
You can't get there. And you've hung out with him personally. So I don't know what that's like. If you guys are telling me, man, he ain't shit. He ain't never gonna be me.
I think that it's more of I mean, these guys are we're not talking about this guy's the best in his conference. This guy's best over in Chicago. I mean, we're talking about in the world. We're talking about this guy's you're the best player in the entire world. When you pick up a basketball, you're the greatest. You're the greatest player in this right now to have a you know what I mean?
That's pretty insane.
It's insane, and I think that obviously these guys have egos. I mean, these guys are rock stars. Anywhere you go, I need pictures, autograph everywhere you go. So of course it's in there, but as a man, as a competitor, as obviously being the best, those guys they can say whatever they want to the media. Hey, listen, yeah, Michael Jordan, he's amazing. I want to get there. LeBron, oh yeah, LeBron's really good. In their heads, they're thinking, listen, I'm the greatest. I know I am.
Yeah, everybody's checking for themselves.
Exactly.
Want to be. I also do believe that Michael benefited a ton from not playing in this era.
Oh.
Because I mean, I've been around him sometimes. You've been around him a lot of times. The age that we live in now, which even makes it even harder, the fact that LeBron James doesn't slip up or doesn't do anything. Michael would have been in a whole lot of trouble if he would have played in this day and age.
With everything, it's nuts.
With everything,
yeah.
With social media, Twitter, Instagram, and you know what? Knowing the guy, probably he wouldn't have cared. Saying, I'm living my life. Yeah. You guys can worry about yours.
Take all the pictures you want. Do what you want. Yeah. I'm enjoying mine.
So I think the fact that LeBron's doing this now,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Wow.
That's different. It's different.
Wow.
We're talking 10, 15 years. Not he's a year. You know what I mean?
Right.
This is a whole different generation. Different. Everything's just different.
Everything.
And he's been able to say, you know what? Let me succeed now. Let me get through it. Let me continue to do good things.
Yeah, and I mean, and it's never gonna stop. I don't know what he's gonna do. Next summer's gonna be huge. To decide what the whole world will be watching. I mean, I still remember where I was when he said, "I'm taking my talents to South Beach," and who wouldn't take their talents to South Beach?
Yeah, that's true.
If you go to Cleveland, Miami.
You heard what Joakim Noah say?
Hey, nobody takes a
he
vacation.
Said nobody
to
goes. Right.
So, I mean, I love Cleveland. Been out in the flats many times, but Miami's Miami.
Miami's Miami. You know that.
So.
So that was podcast number 3. We appreciate you guys listening, watching. A lot of NBA stuff.
Recapping NBA, Mark Cuban, everything that's going on in the landscape, LeBron, the tragedies that happened in Florida. So
a lot of good stuff. Again, we want to send our condolences. Our hearts are filled. Sending love to Florida. Like I said, we had a lot of ties there, so we just felt like it was not even necessary to talk about sports. So we're going to move it on. We're going to stay positive with everything. We appreciate it. Again, give us the feedback. We want to push this thing with you guys. We're going to give it our all every single time, but let us know what you guys want to talk about. If there's something new,
yeah, keep sending direct messages, topics you guys want to talk about.
And listen,
nothing's off the table.
A lot of you guys are trying to earn Division I scholarships. You're trying to go play baseball, basketball, football, whatever it is. You got 2 guys that play Division I that know what it takes to be a professional, played professionally a little bit. We want to help you guys. Just keep giving us that feedback. Thank you guys so much for listening. This was podcast number 3, The Insider. I'm AJ Rumsa.
Yeah, I'm Moni Guillen.
Until next time, peace out.